Today is December 11, 2020, day 11 of my Aikido At Home Vlogmas Challenge, where each day we spend some time going over a technique that we can do at home alone that's going to help us improve our Aikido. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're not going to do any weapons, we're not going to do any squats, we're not going to do any complicated movements. We're going to focus on Kokyu. Before we continue, take a moment to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and always feel free to leave a comment. I love hearing your feedback. Throughout my career in Aikido, I've always heard how important Kokyu is. Kokyu Ho, Kokyu Nage, everything has Kokyu. Kokyu translates into English as breathing. So Kokyu Ho means way of breathing. Kokyu Nage means breath throw. Over the years, I always tried to improve that. I came up with this exercise. I wasn't taught this at any dojo in Japan. I wasn't taught this at any dojo in the United States. I developed this on my own to try to improve my Kokyu, my breathing. Interestingly, this also had a deep impact on my daily life. It really helped me handle stressful situations. It helped me deal with being upset, anxious, and angry. All I had to do was sit down and practice my breathing exercise. And it really shifted the chemicals in my brain to help me calm down and relax. One day, on my way to a video production shoot, I was taking this one road, and there was only one road to get to this destination. I was about 10 minutes away from my destination. The car in front of me just went right through. There was a construction worker right there. He flagged me down right after that car that went ahead, so I was the one that got stuck there. And they decided at that moment that they were going to pull a wire across the street. It was kind of like a highway, so they were pulling a wire across the highway, so both sides of the street were stopped. There was no way out of that. I couldn't do a U-turn, I couldn't turn around, I couldn't exit. There was no streets to get around to my destination. And it took them 30 whole minutes to get that done. While I was there, after about 5 minutes of getting anxious and angry and upset, I decided, well, what else can I do? I started doing my breathing exercise. And it was amazing. After about 25 minutes in, I felt so calm, so relaxed. Nothing could bother me. Being late didn't bother me. Having the whole production pushed back didn't bother me. I was perfect. And at that moment, I realized, wow, this stuff really works. Let's get started with the mechanics of this technique. So first of all, you want to get yourself in a very comfortable position, whether it's sitting crisscross applesauce, or in a chair, or laying down on your bed, or sitting in seiza. I prefer to sit in seiza because it really helps me with my posture. It easily helps me keep my back straight and easily helps me get all the air into my lungs that I need for this exercise. The mechanics. We're going to breathe in through our nose. We're going to breathe out through our mouth. We're going to breathe in, hold, breathe out. We're going to breathe in for a set number of seconds. So let's say that's going to be 3 seconds, that initial amount of time. We're going to hold our breath, multiplying that initial amount of times 2. So if I breathe in for 3 seconds, I'm going to hold for 6 seconds. Then I'm going to breathe out through my mouth, that initial set time squared. So if it's 3 seconds, squared is 9. So if I breathe in through my nose for 3 seconds, I'm going to hold my breath for 6 seconds, and now I'm going to breathe out through my mouth for 9 seconds. Now, as you increase the time, the difficulty becomes harder and harder. When I first started doing this breathing exercise, 5 seconds breathing in, holding for 10 seconds, breathing out for 25 seconds was stretching it a little bit. And I've found that at this point, most people get stretched and find it very difficult. But with time, I would do this exercise almost every night. I would lay down in my bed and focus on trying to get those higher numbers. I eventually got to that point where I could breathe in for 9 seconds, hold my breath for 18 seconds, and breathe out for 72 seconds. That's close to 2 minutes per breath. That's a really challenging exercise. So today we're going to do this together. We're going to do 3 repetitions, 3 sets. We're going to start off with 3 seconds, then we're going to do 4 seconds, and then we're going to do 5 seconds. The next thing you need is a metronome. If you're a musician, you probably got one at home. I downloaded one on my phone, and I actually have one on my watch as well. I'm going to start the metronome, and we're going to start off with 3 breaths, 3 seconds in through your nose, 6 seconds hold, 9 seconds breathing out through your mouth. You guys ready? Before you start, make sure to get all the air out of your lungs. Congratulations on finishing your first set. Let's do our second set. This time, we're going to breathe in through our nose for 4 seconds, hold our breaths for 8 seconds, breathing out through our mouth for 16 seconds. You guys ready? Make sure to get all that air out before you start. Congratulations on completing your second set. Now we're going to do our last set. This time, you're going to have to be careful and make sure that you breathe in slower and breathe out slower. It's a little bit longer. Breathing in for 5 seconds gets a little bit more challenging, and breathing out for 25 seconds gets a little more challenging as well. You don't want to breathe out all that air before the timer hits that 25 seconds. So we're going to breathe in through our nose for 5 seconds, hold our breaths for 10 seconds, breathing out through our mouth for 25 seconds. You guys ready to go? Remember, get all that air out before you start. Congratulations, you just finished your third set. If you were able to do this, awesome. If you were having difficulty, then go back to the 4 seconds or the 3 seconds. And this is something that's best done almost every day. The best time to do this might be before you go to sleep or when you wake up in the morning. Actually, the easiest time to do this is the first thing in the morning after you've had a nice long rest. The hardest time to do this is probably right after you've done some exercise and your heart rate is levitated and you're breathing a little bit heavier. Please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment below. I love hearing what you think and what you feel about these exercises. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 12 of my Aikido at Home Vlogmas Challenge.